Hello and welcome to another episode of On Campus. I'm your host, Mason Flores. Joined with me today is JC Espiritu. JC, I know you're on the tennis team. I just interviewed Adam. How he said a lot of positive things about your teammates and
Yeah,
you, and how has that been so great for just the team and your experience at Solano?
yeah. Being a part of a team, I played basketball and football,
Yeah.
my whole life. Tennis isn't really new to me, but you're kind of just on the court by yourself when you're playing tennis. So having that camaraderie as a team behind you when you're off the court is definitely something that means a lot to me, because I get off the court and I know they have my back. So it's something that I'm just glad that we have.
So that impacts so much off the court, but what has been your favorite aspect on the court? What has been so helpful to you to playing tennis?
I think just my competitive nature. Like I said, I played football and basketball my whole life. I don't like to lose, so just being competitive, being able to compete against other people, and just having fun. So it's been a great season.
For me personally, I've never played tennis.
Mhm.
I would though. I play any sport really. I played basketball and football in high school as well. So for the people out there who aren't yet in Solano and who probably maybe aren't as good in basketball or anything like that, or not tall enough or whatever, why would you tell them to go out and try and play tennis?
I mean, there's a study that says you live longer if you play tennis. Tennis players tend to live longer. I
Wow.
think it's like 5 to 10 years longer. Um,
Dang. Not
it's
even
just a lot
10.
of it's a lot of cardio. So you know, it's fun. Basketball's cool.
Yeah.
You can always shoot hoops. Football you kind of need someone to throw a ball
Yeah.
with. But tennis you got a wall and it's just you. So I think I kind of like that part of it. And like I said, just being able to live longer is a good thing
That's
too.
crazy.
Yeah,
5 to 10 years.
5 to 10 years
Wow.
longer.
So I see people playing tennis every day at the park from like 5 p.m. to when it closes 11.
Hmm.
You don't see that for basically any other sport casually,
Yeah,
like outside and stuff,
hundred
because
percent.
they still have the lights shining down.
Hmm.
Like the park closest to me, I think that is what is so special about tennis and that community and the sports community over there. It's not toxic at all.
Yeah,
And being able to play that, I want to play that for sure. So you kind of just convinced me a little bit.
yeah. It's definitely something you should try. Give it a shot.
So outside of tennis, how has the Solano experience been for you?
Solano, it's been great. I've been here a couple years. I actually transferred from Vegas.
Wow,
I graduated in 2020. So,
wow,
I
that's
was, yeah, so I went to school out there first. I was doing electrical engineering. Something happened and I moved back home
mhm.
and I came here, I did kinesiology.
Oh,
Yeah, I hated it. It was
it's
not
tough.
cool. It was tough. So I took some time off and then, they told me that I'm going to be here for another couple of years. So I thought, playing tennis would be, might as well,
Might as
so
well.
might as well. So it's been great being on campus and everything.
And just that decision alone, saying might as well just go out and try something, I feel like a lot of people need that in their life. A
Yeah,
lot of people are depressed and a lot of people are just kind of down all the time. Find something to do. Find something. It could be anything. Just people, it's so hard nowadays to just find your hobby and your thing that you like to do. It could be doing puzzles,
right.
anything, but prefer it to be active. Go on a walk. So you found your thing, I think, in tennis.
Mhm.
I see that king set. I see that king set. How big is other sports or basketball in your life?
Basketball, it's it's my number one.
Yeah, me too.
I play tennis every day and it's cool, but basketball is my first love. That's the first sport I ever played. I still play to this day. Uh, in December, I actually right before Thanksgiving, I sprained my ankle. I was out for a month.
So tough.
Yeah, so Coach Raff told me, kind of not play anymore until season's over. So I just got back out there, and I'm having a lot of fun. So basketball is huge for me. And once I, graduated high school, and I didn't have anything competitive to do, kind of lost my sight. And, kind of tying into what you say, people need to find something
Yeah.
to do. Um, I found that in tennis to be able to compete again. So,
Yeah, I'm the same kind of way. I hate losing. I love competing in really anything. It doesn't even have to be sports. Like in here, I compete every day, and I think that is so important to people. Like as humans, competition is really everything
right.
because it fuels you, it motivates you. How is that impacting you in your school life? Because that's really hard to kind of take from that and put it into the scholar.
Yeah, I think, my whole life it was always school and sports. So once I lost, you know, the sports side of it and it was just all academics, I kind of felt a little lost because, you know, in school, I'm working towards, I got to get these grades so I can go to college and, hopefully play some type of collegiate sport.
Yeah.
Um, but once I graduated and I didn't have that, I kind of lost sight and I was kind of a little lost, but you're 18, 19, you're kind of young. Um, and once I got back to competing, I'm kind of like in this mode, like I want to play, I have to do what I need to do to play. And just growing. So I'm getting back to being able to just see like, look, if I'm not playing tennis, then I just need to I need to be okay academically. So I think putting those two together really helps me.
I feel the same way too. I was always a good student. I was always getting good grades, but I didn't put in the effort. I was just a smart kid. I wasn't putting in the effort like that. I was getting missing assignments. And really in college, it kind of like was clicking a little bit because I was like, oh, I can't really
Yeah.
do that now. But for you, moving forward, what do you want to do after Solano Community College?
After Solano, I plan on transferring. Don't know where.
Hmm.
I kind of want to go to SJ. I think it'll be cool. Plus, that's where all the ABGs are, and I want myself an ABG. Um, so either that or anywhere really. But I want to get a bachelor's, so and engineering.
Engineering. So, what makes you want to do engineering?
Um, I've always been a hands-on person. I like building things. I like touching things. So building circuits and stuff always it's just I like it. So that's what. Sorry, pause. That's super cool.
I appreciate you for coming on.
Yeah, of
This has been
course.
another episode of On Campus. I've been your host, Mason Flores. See you next time.